Hello everyone, Professor Thompson here. I'd like to welcome you to Speech 1100, Section Net 20 for the summer 2017 term. As we kick off the summer semester, there are several things that I need to let you know right away, and the fastest, easiest way to do that is by giving you a video. Just so you know, this video will probably go about 12 to 15 minutes, and there are several things I think are important to discuss as part of this initial video. So hopefully you've carved out a few minutes to watch this welcome video. The first thing I would encourage you to do once you've logged into Blackboard is browse around. Make sure you click on different links, click on different tabs, see where things are. I definitely want to encourage you to open things, to test things. I've opened up my entire course, so there's nothing that is time released throughout the semester. Everything is available to you right now. By browsing around, you're going to be able to figure out how to navigate best for you throughout the course. But what you will find is that I've designed a very flat course, so almost anything that you need to find, you can do so within 1 to 2 clicks of the mouse on the left-hand side. You're also going to notice that up at the upper left-hand corner, I've given you a tab that says Start Here. By checking out that tab, you're going to sign up for a text messaging program so that I can easily communicate with you throughout the summer. You also will get some information about getting your textbook. There are a few methods of getting your textbook. 1, you can go to the COD bookstore. 2, you can publish direct from the publisher. And I really encourage the direct method. One of the easiest ways to do that is to actually just click on chapter number 1 and then go through the process of paying over the internet as you try and open chapter 1 to the publisher. It's the cheapest route. You're also going to notice that there's a tab near the top of the left-hand side that says Syllabus and Schedule. I highly recommend printing those 2 documents off. They are going to outline a ton of information that is going to be very vital for your success. Specific deadlines, specific rules that have to be followed. And so I definitely spend some time checking out the syllabus and the schedule. One thing that I really want to stress right at the beginning of this course is that by registering for this class, you have gained a lot of flexibility. This is a fully online class. Let me say that again. This is a fully online class, which means we will not have any class meetings throughout this term. I will not see you face-to-face this summer unless you make a choice to come in and come to campus to see me and we set up an appointment. So you have a lot of flexibility, but with that flexibility, you have to understand that this course is not easier. I think a lot of students take a speech class online because they think that they can do what I'm doing right now. Just talk to a webcam. They're not going to have to engage an audience. It's going to be easier. And that's not the case. So if you've kind of prepared this false security in your head, I need you to kind of let that go now and make sure that you're reading all of the requirements. So you definitely have flexibility, but definitely not an easier term. In my class, I have 3 concrete deadlines. Those are going to be June 25th, July 9th, and then July 30th, which is the final day of the term. The first unit to June 25th is 21 days. The second unit is 14 days, and then the last unit is 21 days. Those are reflective of the amount of work that are going to be a part of those units. All content in those units are due on those deadlines, so you only have 3 due dates for this class. Those due dates include things like quizzes, modules, chapters, discussion boards, speeches, all things for that unit are due on those 3 dates. You can always submit everything early. You can always work ahead. But those are the 3 hard dates that you need to make sure the work for those units are in by. Okay, the next thing that I really highly recommend that you do after watching this video is carve out a few minutes to watch another video in the course. In the announcements tab, I have a video that I posted, and it was actually from last summer. I recorded it in summer of 2016, so if you watch it, ignore the summer 2016 references. But it's really how you're going to go about your chapters, your modules, and your quizzes. And so it's a descriptive video that I think will help you be successful in how to navigate certain elements of the unit. So please make sure you're watching that other video that I've already posted and check that out. The next thing I should probably kind of talk about is the speeches in this course. I've mentioned this several times in the syllabus. Now I'm going to tell you through this video. You are required by the state of Illinois to deliver 3 speeches in this class. There are requirements that the state of Illinois has for fully online speech classes that are not my rules or my requirements, but they are the state of Illinois requirements. So it's bigger than me, it's bigger than my department, bigger than my school. It's the state of Illinois that set these up. They cannot be bent, they cannot be altered, they cannot be changed. And so please do not email me and ask me if you can change any of those 3 required elements. Well, there's 4 required elements. The first is that you have to give 3 speeches in order to pass the class and make it transferable. The second state of Illinois requirement that's very important is that you are required to deliver your speeches for this class in a public place, which means you cannot do them in your house. You have to be in public somewhere. I give you a lot of free rein in how you want to define public. People use the library. I've had people use boardrooms, conference rooms. I've had students who have used a classroom of a brother or sister or parent who are elementary teachers. I've had students use restaurants, movie theaters, outdoor amphitheaters. I've seen a lot of creative use of what public might mean, but public definitely means that you are supposed to be out in the community of some sorts and not in your house. The second requirement that the state of Illinois has is that you must gather your own audience of 8 or more people who are 16 years of age or older to watch your speech. Now, these are people that you will show on camera as you record your speech, but you have to have at least 8. And I must count 8 that are there, literally sitting or standing there to watch your speech. As you record your speech, probably from a little bit of a distance so that I can see you, I will probably also see some audience members throughout your speech. But you have to have 8 people. Do not email me and ask you for if 6 is okay or 4. Please don't email me and say, I can't get 8 people. I can't change this requirement. So you have to have 8 people. You're going to need to be creative for some of you in asking friends or family members or coworkers to sit and watch your speech. Maybe some of you might throw a barbecue or something on a weekend, and you ask the people who are over for your barbecue to record and watch your speech. When there's a will, there's a way. I've seen people gather people at a public library and just ask for the kindness of people's hearts to watch a speech for 5, 6, 10 minutes. So you've got to figure that piece out. As I said earlier, you gain flexibility in this course, but it doesn't necessarily mean everything is easier. The third state of Illinois requirement is that you must submit an unedited video, which means you can't put your video in iMovie or Camtasia and put together the best parts of a speech. The idea is, from the state of Illinois, they want you to hit record. You will obviously introduce yourself. You're going to show your audience. I go through these requirements in the syllabus. But then, as you've shown your audience and I count them and I can see that it's a public place, you continue the recording and you move the camera so that I can see you and you can start your speech. And then you go until you're done. And then when you stop recording, you submit that video. So it has to be an unedited video. If you do not meet any of those three requirements, the audience, the public place, or the unedited aspect, it's a 0 for the speech. And that's not good for your grade, your transferability, any of those things. So please be aware of that early on. Some students drop right away, and I'm sorry if you're considering that already. Some students want to look for classes that require you to come to campus to deliver your speeches on campus 3 or 4 times. My class is a fully online class, and there are more and more classes that are moving the same direction that I am offering this course this summer. So please be aware of those requirements. Okay. As I sit here and I reflect, I'm trying to think, there's one more thing I think I need to mention right away. In the last couple days, I've had some students who've been completing the first assignment for this class. It's in Unit 1. You have 2 self-communication anxiety assessments you have to take. They're the PRCA and the PRPSA. I've heard that the publisher who coordinates these links has some sort of technical difficulty or error going on. So I'm asking you to please, when you take the assessments, screenshot your score when you finish it, or write down your score so that you can send it to me. And then when you're done, if it does not go through and there's an error, you can send me the screenshots or you can send me the actual scores for your completion. That would be greatly appreciated. And then I can give you credit for completing those first 2 activities. So I'm giving you just a heads up. Please be aware, and if there is an error, you are prepared because you have taken the screenshots. Okay, I'm at the end of my major announcements to start the course. Hopefully you're ready to go. You're ready to purchase the book if you haven't already. Get started, begin working ahead, and if you have questions, anything at all, my email is on the syllabus. Please make sure that you are contacting me right away. I will try to get back to you within 24 hours. Unless it's a weekend or something, I'm pretty good about that 24-hour rule. So have a great afternoon, have a great evening whenever you happen to be watching this, and we will hear from you very, very soon.